Hello, you guys. How are you guys? Thank you for being here. There's already 115 people here, so I'm not going to leave you guys waiting. What a day. I appreciate you guys being here. I want to say hi to you guys really quick, and then I'm going to bring up my lovely friends and guests. So, hi, Barb. Hi, X Amount. Ginger. Oh, Jinlu, Charlie, Christine. You don't know me. Remy. Let's see. Cece, Dave G. Woofy is Woofy. Anyone is welcome here tonight. You have to keep it on topic. If you change the topic, my mods will remove your ass. I'm not doing that tonight. If you don't think this is important, don't watch. Okay? That's first thing. Hey, Cece, Pointer Lover, Audrey, Nay, Mark, hello, Melissa, that Michelle, Bryn, NT's Apple Bottom Jeans. How are you guys? Holy moly, you guys. We have a lot to talk about. I think that we have a few things that we want to respond to. Hey, Deputy Do. Hey, Irvin. I know we have a few things that we'd like to respond to. I know that we wanted to give you guys the opportunity to come up on panel and ask if any questions that you may have, or, ask to see anything in particular. And hey, Boo. Then, we wanted to go through the text messages and show, since it's been talked about publicly, Heather admits that there was a Mark Garagowski involved, no Mark Garagos. So I actually have all their messages right here. We can, on a PDF, you can press Control F and type in the word, and then you can look at kind of like in Messenger. So we're going to look at that too. There's 200 and sometimes, I believe, that he was mentioned. So hopefully we get through them. But hey, Nicole. Hey, Southern Lady. Hi, Amy. Hey, Grim Truther. Let's see. How are you guys? I'm going to bring up my girls now. Hold on. Hey, Christine. The chat's kind of moving fast. I'm losing place. Should I put it on subs only? I know Woofy, I saw something about that. Here, let me bring you guys up. Let me know if I need to change it. Hey, Roz. Hey, Jana.
Hi.
How are you guys? Hi, Anyanka. Hey, Penny, for your thoughts. You guys doing okay? How are you guys today?
I'm good.
Good. And my husband's sick, so I had a really bad sleep. So hopefully I'll do okay today. And we're going to be calmer today. I'm going to be calm, Roz. Not even okay?
I'm
going to try. I'll try. No subs only, but maybe slow chat. Okay, let me do that really fast before we go anywhere, do anything. So I know that, Crafton and Kim were live in the middle of the night and then again this morning, and they had quite a lot to say. They had some things that I personally want to address, and I know they had some things that Jana and Roz would like to address. I thought it was funny. Kim's like, oh, do people not spend time with their families on holidays? And then it's like, but we're live all night and in the morning. I mean, come on, the little digs are just dumb. But anyways, Roz, do you want to go ahead and do that? And I'll try to slow the chat, or Jana, one of you guys start, and then it's up to you guys how we start this.
I don't care. I'll start.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you really good. I'm going to mute. You're talking.
Okay. I wanted to address all these my private phone calls that have been shared publicly by Heather and now by Kim and Crafton. I wanted to address that. Okay. Heather shared 3 private phone calls of mine on Friday, September 2nd. Kim and Crafton shared one. It was either last night or this morning. I'm not sure which. But I did a lot of research and consulted with an attorney because I want to just give the facts out about this, because a lot of things were said about those. If you Google, can I record a call with someone in another state? This is what comes up. No, do not record an interstate call without consent unless law enforcement approves of it. Although it is correct to rely on the state where the call originated from, you must also consider the state's law where the call was received, as well as federal, criminal, privacy, and communication laws. Do not do it. Now, there are 12 states that are two-party consent states. That means that both or all parties to a phone conversation must consent to it being recorded. This is not limited to just the telephone. It also includes all electronic recordings such as Facebook calls, etc. Of these 12 states, both Florida and Nevada are included. I'm in Florida. Florida is very clear-cut and strict with this rule. It's actually a third-degree felony offense here, punishable up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. And each individual recording and each time one is shared are all individual third-degree felonies. Now, the law states that generally you go by the state in which the wiretapping was done, and in this case, it's Nevada, although my state would also be considered. Nevada is not quite as clear-cut as Florida in that the state is a one-party consent in regards to in-person conversations. And even with in-person conversations, it's still illegal if it's a private conversation where a person would reasonably expect privacy, like not in a public arena, for example. Nevada is very clear about all parties needing to give consent for phone and electronic call recordings. The only exception to this are 911 calls and a court order, and there are big penalties for breaking this law. Nevada punishes illegal recording, whether by wire or in person, as a Category D felony, and the sentence for that is 1 to 4 years in Nevada State Prison and up to $5,000 in fine. And in addition, the victim can sue the recorder and possibly recover actual damages or liquidated damages of $100 per day of violation, but not less than $1,000 total, and punitive damages and also reimbursement of attorney fees, etc. Now, with all that being said, wiretapping is also a federal offense. And this gets a bit confusing because the federal law allows for one-party consent with wiretapping. However, Nevada state law takes over and is stricter as a two-party state. And if anybody wants to look it up, it's NRS 200.620. That's the law. And where the federal offense really kicks in with my case, and I'd like to, Kim and Crafton, for you to really pay attention to this part, is that a third party cannot share illegal wiretapping without both and all parties' consent. The law is very, very clear on this, and the punishment is pretty severe. They also take the context in which it's used as a major factor that's considered, and you have shared an illegal wiretapping of mine in an attempt to discredit me and show that I'm a bad person because Heather is mad that I'm speaking up. The penalty for violating federal wiretapping laws is up to 5 years in prison and $250,000 in fines. The victim can also sue the recorder and recover punitive damages as well as attorney's fees. So as far as Kim and Crafton, I definitely have options that I'm looking into. I'm not sure if you guys are being manipulated by Heather or if you're aiding in her crimes, and I don't really care. You guys don't know what happened to me. I do, and that's all I have to answer to. However, sharing my personal, private, and illegal phone call is not only low, but something I have legal recourse on. Kim and Crafton have committed federal offenses, and Heather has committed state offenses, and those felonies are adding up because, like I said, it's for each recording and each share. And it's common. I need to add this. It's really common for somebody who gets arrested with this kind of crime to have defenses like, oh, Nevada's a one-party state, or say it's done accidentally. But I don't know how you would explain you've accidentally recorded at least 3 that I'm aware of. So I don't think that's, that's going to work.
Jenna,
And yes.
today when they were live, Kim was like, you can hear her looking it up. Like she's looking up, is Nevada a 2-party state? And then she's like, it's a 1-party state. And if you look, it does say that at first.
Yeah. You have to really research.
You have to read a little further
Yeah.
than the first 2 lines. You got to get to the bottom. And
Oh,
I'll read
believe
what
me.
I posted. When you're done, I have like the thing that I posted and I'll read it so they can.
Okay, great. I'm almost done with this part.
Okay.
In Heather's case, she is coming out and claiming that I was the one to do the recordings and that I sent them to her. Now, first of all, to me, that's ridiculous because in these recordings, if anybody heard them, you could tell I was highly upset and agitated because of a personal matter that had nothing to do with Heather. Now, I don't think I'm just going to say, oh, Heather, just wait. I'm going to set up my recording now and I'm going to record me being upset, but whatever. That can easily be disproved or proved, however you want to say it, like who sent the recording. So I'm not even worried about that.
Yep. She put that on my post about it. Well, it wasn't a phone call, you dummy. Okay.
Yeah, she's trying to backtrack. And those were either Facebook calls or telephone calls or both. I don't remember which. But I'm I can allege that Heather's most likely recorded all of my phone calls, and not only me, but everybody, including you and Kim and Crafton. Personally, because I can only speak for myself, I have 7 felonies right now listed against Heather and Kim and Crafton. Let's see. It's also, I want you guys to know that Heather has alluded to using my angry voice and my angry and threatening voice because I was upset with somebody to show a judge evidence so that she can get a PPO against me. But I'm here to let you know that illegal recordings are not admissible as evidence in a court of law. So, and I'm almost done here. Heather, I know you're listening. I want to address you personally. I know you're mad at me for speaking out about what I know about your impersonation and fraud. And I would like to also let you know that intimidating a person from testifying in a case is illegal in Nevada. In other words, it's unlawful to bully or deceive a potential witness into not testifying at a case or offering evidence. It's irrelevant whether the defendant's actions end up having no effect on the outcome of the case. Simply, the action of intimidating a witness is criminal in Nevada. I have plenty of evidence, as do others, and anybody who's interested can look this up, NRS 199.230. The punishment for intimidating a person is up to 364 days in a county jail, such as the Clark County Detention Center, and or up to $2,000 in fine. And I would just like to end by saying, Heather, you can say whatever you want. The fact is that in conjunction with the impersonation, fraud, slander, and intimidation, I'm pretty certain that illegal wiretapping would not surprise a judge. You are not going to scare me or humiliate me into silence using the F-bombs and being nasty to anyone who knows the truth and supports me and others only shows your own true colors, not a couple of private venting sessions I may have had.
About your own personal life. It's nobody's business. These are a lot of people are asking about the calls. These are calls about her own personal life with a friend. Has nothing to do with anything that Heather did on here. It's just strictly humiliation to silence her. Thank you so much, A Penny with a Thought. I so appreciate that. And thank you so much. Holy cow. Thank you. Jana, I'm so sorry. I know that someone has played my recorded calls that I didn't give consent to be recorded. And I know how that feels. About halfway through the call, I could tell I was being recorded. But it's not a good feeling. It's dirty, it's wrong, and it's just stupid when you have to stoop to those levels to what? To try to discredit Jana because Jana has issues in her relationship and she's vented about it to a friend doesn't discredit her. I think everybody's been through that. Okay. You look like a freaking idiot. And the fact that I'm glad they played it on their show because it's about time. I've sat back and I've thought they're emotional. They don't want to look at the facts, blah, blah, blah. They can't be this fucking stupid because I mean, everything's out in front of us. They're smart people, right? No, I'm done. They are now willing participants in it, and they may eventually.
Well, like I said, that it's a federal offense what they've done.
Oh, thank you, Allison. Thank you, TCA. So here's what it says, because Kim said it's a one-party state. If you Google, is Nevada a one-party or two-party consent state, the first thing that comes up says, Nevada recording law stipulates that it is a one-party consent state in cases of oral communication. If you stop right there, then yeah, you'll get on your channel and tell everyone a lie or whatever, your bad research. If you continue, it says in Nevada, it is a criminal offense to use any device to record, obtain, share, or use oral conversations without the consent of at least one person. However, the recording or sharing of wire conversations require the consent of all involved parties. This means in Nevada, you are legally allowed to record an oral conversation if you are a contributor or with prior consent, but you need the consent of everyone to record wired communications. This refers to cell phones, landlines, Zoom calls, anything like that. So you have to read a little further than the first two lines, but
yes, Remmel is also correct. He says if a state is one party and that person records a person in a two-party state, the two-party state overrules. And Florida, where I am, is really, really strict on that.
Yes, they're big about your
yes.
Personal...
Oh, yes. It's definitely a crime.
Thank you, Cows. Kim was very threatening toward Allie. Yes, I have that. Actually, when I have a couple clips that I'll play from my phone. Whenever, because there's 2 lives they did, and I gathered some. Whenever you guys are done, addressing them. Is that all, Jana and Ross?
Yeah. I have a couple more things to address. Real short things.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, this won't take long. Kim and Crafton mentioned something about the team having a password. I'm not sure what she was insinuating, something. But that's true. We had the password to the Team Unmurdered email. And that's one way I know that Heather was faking documents when the Brittany thing was going on. Okay. And as far as the notes, those were given by Heather to us in our Facebook chat. And I believe we showed that in the last, she would talk to Chris on the phone, to the fake Chris, come back and copy and paste in the notes that she had. And I would just paste them in an email. And as far as the color coding that Kim was going on about, I don't know, again, what she was insinuating by that, but yeah, I did the color coding. And the reason I did that was because the part of the script I had, which was all except with the exception of the last 2 weeks, I was personally looking into some of the stuff in that. And I just color coded it for stuff I had for my own personal use to know what I had already looked into. And it was red and blue, and one of the colors, I don't remember which one, was I was designating to myself the things that Heather was already permitting to be made public. But they were just personal colors to me, and I just didn't go change them all. That's all.
Yeah. Well, Heather
go ahead.
Yeah, so she shared the notes through the iPhone notes as well, and via text message with me and with the messenger chat, which you're about to see. There's no way I don't even know how she says we could have edited the notes because they were locked. She would share them and then send them, but they were locked to her. We could only read them. They were not you couldn't edit them. And for me, like you guys, I work a lot, so I don't have time to go through all this. I mean, the fantasy stuff that she comes up with, she's trying to say that we've all put bits and pieces. Some of it came from AD. Now, this is 100% from Heather, and you're about to see the proof. It's undeniable proof because it's directly from our devices. So, yeah.
AD was not in y'all's mod chat.
No, not in the mod chat. Not on my text messages either, guys.
I've only talked to AD personally one time, and that was the day I appeared live on his show last June after I left the team.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone knows in the team. Even Heather knows. I didn't like AD. I didn't like Armchair Detective. And I'm not a fan of his. I don't hate him. I don't dislike him. But I'm not a fan. And everyone knew that in the mod. Oh, Roz, she doesn't like AD. I said things
and
like
see,
that. So,
I always did like AD, but I wasn't a spy. And I wasn't smuggling him information.
Yeah. And it's so funny that she came up with well, we're going to go into that email from someone later on. So I'll leave it to you, Alex.
Holy moly. Yeah, there's so much. I don't know which one, because I don't know which one we're wanting to show first, but here is the mod chat where this is kind of crazy to me. Like she completely makes up a self-harm attempt and him getting locked up because of that. He's in the medic ward because of that. I mean, this is not AD. AD, like I cannot believe, are you just not looking at the proof? Can you seriously sit back and say, oh, Heather was, she was trying to get a job. She wanted them to help with her resume. And she went along with certain things just because, she needed their help and blah, blah, blah. Oh, whatever. Just stop. You sound damn ridiculous at this point. And keep bringing Miranda up there. This is not about Miranda for the 5th video in a row. I don't know why the hell all of you keep traumatizing her, making her get up here to defend y'all stupid asses. This is ridiculous. I'm done with it. I cannot. It's just disgusting. Because that's what it's doing. We have not been talking about Miranda. Why is every single time she's up here trying to ask, why do I have to explain my personal life? And Heather's like, Miranda's life is no one's story but hers. No one is like, are you listening? Is anyone watching?
Yeah, Heather, then my life shouldn't be nobody's business but mine, right?
Exactly.
Oh, and Heather,
yeah.
Janine didn't talk to me in a dream. I didn't hear her voice, and it sent it to MRB, just to let you know, okay? Because that's a concoction of your fascination, whatever you want to come. Maybe you can't handle the fact that I found that your phone call notes were extremely disturbing, and you told me that it wasn't actively listened to in the prisons, and I couldn't handle that, knowing what I have seen in those messages, and I wanted it to go to law enforcement. Okay. And I sent it to someone who could do that. That's what I did. No voices, no dreams, no dead people talking to me. Just get that straight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys, I'm upset, but I'm not it's just stressful and it's annoying to see somebody lie and lie and lie and lie and twist and twist and twist. And also I do feel like they are using her because it's like we're coming and we're talking about, the script and the PayPal, the fraud and the impersonation and the lawyers, and every live is about Miranda and her personal life over there. And why are you guys coming and asking about her? Why do you keep doing this? And I feel like that is wrong. If you want to address these lives, you should address what is said in these lives. You should not make up a whole new narrative, get Miranda out, have her cry and talk about all of that, and ignore everything that we addressed in here, which is the impersonation, the money, the script, the sick, the stuff about NK slapping CC, the kind of sick, disturbing stuff like that. But it's like, it's hard because she's twisting it. It's I don't know. Here's the other one that you had sent me. So what is this right here, Roz?
Oh, which one is that? Is that the mod chat?
Yeah, it says team unmurdered, and then the first thing Heather
No,
says
that's
is
her.
very.
Yeah, that's her speaking to Chris. She spoke to Chris and she wrote the notes in there.
Okay, so very upset. No one in his family spoke to him about his birthday. Remember, this was in the script, okay? He feels emotional and depressed, suicidal over it. He's been having nightmares and longer going to the chapel because he feels drained inside and his soul is broken. Feels that he never knew who his wife was or what his life was. Wonders if he was just a pawn. This was all in the script, if you guys remember. This came from their mod chat, from her phone call, not from AD. How can they try to blame him for that? I mean, there's so many things that I could pick out about anybody, like to criticize things they've actually done. But when you try to put, I don't know, you know what I mean? If you want to criticize me, you, AD, any of us, how about like things that might be true? I don't know. It's just crazy.
Heather was wanting to share this stuff with AD. Yes. She liked him. She was wanting to share stuff with him. And then all of a sudden after I left the team, she turned on him and it was crazy.
Really wants to know what happened to Shanann's first house. This is all from the script, if you guys remember. Oh, and Crafton giving out the script today so that he's like, okay, guys, you can get the script from us so you don't have to watch that live tonight. We showed it all like a week ago. You're like a little bit behind, just a little bit. Okay, we're talking about the aftermath, but so here's another part from the script. It comes directly from their mod chat. Directly. Okay. I know, Brittany, it's insane. She did put a lot of detail. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because I'm going to grab my stuff and walk outside.
I think they're still going with the book review, that it's a book review. Guys, it's not a book review. She had phone calls every day. She would be on a chat with us. Oh, Chris is calling. We've got to take the call. And then she would run up and update the notes. That's why
And you know that too, Gemma.
Yes,
you know that.
Gemma.
You know that, Gemma.
So how do you sit back and just lie like that? How do you do that? And eventually, when this situation, when all of it makes it to court, the truth is going to be out there, right? Because they can easily get the proof. There's not going to be any of this crazy twisting and turning when the police are searching through electronic evidence.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
They search for your electronic devices, Heather, not PDF files that you copy and paste and pop onto your computer and print out. They go for your devices and they'll check if your text messages are real and if everything is real. And the girls are happy to do that. But for some reason, you're a little bit hesitant in serving those protection orders, aren't you?
I would like to get mine because I don't know. I'm feeling better about things today and I'm not worried about it. So I would like to get mine. Bring it on.
But yours is coming in the mail and someone's getting it in an email.
That's not legal unless possibly maybe if you make someone sign for it, but you cannot just serve someone in the damn mail. That's not legal. That's not how it works. Okay, I'm going to pull up these little clips I took just because I don't even remember. I just know these are things I was like, oh my God. So we'll just start with this one. This was from the middle of the night, but I took it at 8 a.m. when I was watching it. Even though she's like, oh, they're going to be lurking in here. Dude, don't flatter yourself. That is not true, but okay.
I'm deciding if I'm going to tag you in this or not.
Alex Erickson, she says my name. But I missed it.
If I'm going to tag you in this or not. I'm imploring you. You don't have to think it's real or right, but you're talking about people's personal lives. As a YouTube creator here on YouTube, do you want people talking about your personal life?
Okay, 1, is that a threat? Number 2, it's already happened. Number 3, no, we're not. We are not talking about people's personal lives. We are talking about the facts in black and white, the events that occurred, and all the evidence surrounding that. That is it.
She's the one talking about personal lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Children or your spouse, probably not, or your mother.
Is that a threat? Or my mother?
You're putting yourself smack in the middle of a domestic situation that has nothing to do with you other than you've bought into one person's side of the story. You have no actual firsthand anything.
Okay, hold on. Number one, I don't care about the domestic situation. We've been talking about the community issues. Heather came on my channel. I relayed the information she put out there. Damn it, I have every right to talk about it. Anyone in this community does. Number two, I don't have firsthand information. Kim, I have every text message, every bank record, everything, every PayPal record, every credit card. So that's not firsthand information. You don't have that stuff. You have Heather's word. I have the actual documents and data that goes along with it. I believe I have the firsthand information. But,
Right.
okay.
I was going to say the same thing. Kim only has secondhand information, and that's coming from Heather. Enough said.
Yep, exactly. Me too. The lies, where was that? I clicked it and accidentally unclicked it.
Yeah.
The lies and impersonation. That is what we've been talking about. And we're going to get into more of that. But I just want to address a couple things. Okay.
Terms of her abuse, in terms of any of it. You have what the person with an agenda has chosen to show you. Since you seem to not believe that this exists, here it is. Okay? There it is. See that little case number on top? Call Las Vegas, get your information. A copy of this is in the mail.
By the way, you guys can try. You can search the website. Nothing comes up. And I've talked to a couple people in Vegas, and they're having a hard time finding mine and Amanda's. We've tried for the last couple weeks, but okay.
To you, even though it doesn't have to be.
You guys can try
Learn
it.
the law in Las Vegas, you guys. Learn the law.
It's public. You can go to their website, look up criminal or civil court cases, type in the court number.
Not there.
If
Nope.
you are an internet personality and she doesn't know where to send it, she doesn't have to do it that way.
Mm-mm.
It is
Wrong.
posted on the courthouse wall. And that is their version.
That's what Heather says. That's not true. Go look up the freaking laws in the state. You can, if you're getting a divorce or something like that, and you can prove that you've tried to find someone and you can't, you can like do things like run an article in the newspaper for 6 weeks. And that's before you can even take them to court. You know what I mean? Just like, I don't know. It's so much garbage. But here's the next one.
Yeah.
Speculating based on a
Oh,
YouTube
go ahead,
video.
Jana.
No, go ahead. I'll talk later.
Okay.
This is time for speculating based on a YouTube video. This is time for people to fucking put it down and think it through. This is somebody's home life. You are talking about somebody's mental health and speculating based on a YouTube video. Are you crazy?
No, we haven't. All we've said is that she doesn't seem like she's doing great because she gets on here crying and stuff. Nothing about her mental health. Stop twisting shit, because she turns this into, in a minute, to this is even a hate crime because we're talking about their mental health. No, we've literally said we don't want to cause any more distress to her. She seems very distressed, period.
That is wrong. Stop it. Stop talking about people's, sexual. When people come on and decide to share their story, that is not fodder for other people to go back and forth.
Have y'all heard me coming on here talking about her story or her? Yeah, I haven't heard you guys talk about that, so I don't know. I'm confused.
We're keeping this out of it.
God, that doesn't
Exactly.
fit this fucking multi-series special I'm doing on my channel, so I'm just going to say that's false and try to paint Heather's story. Stop talking.
That's what I'm doing.
Multi-series special
Listen, this is funny.
for other people to go back and forth and say, oh my God, well, that doesn't fit this fucking multi-series special I'm doing on my channel, so I'm just going to say that's false and try to paint Heather's story. Stop talking.
That doesn't fit this special. So now I got to try to paint Heather a certain way. No, Kim, Heather does that herself, sweetheart. She does. Yeah, meanwhile, she gay bashes us all. Hell, they told me I was not in the LGBT community. Miranda has gaydar, and I'm not.
Personal life. And this
Oh, thank you,
wonderful
What's
woman
the
that's on our
Obsession?
screen right now,
I miss
who
that.
I am proud to call a personal friend. Miranda has nothing to do with any of this shit. Nothing. She made her decision. She's 27. She gets to say, Mom, I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
That is why at the beginning when we started, we said we're not going to talk about her or any of that. It's going to be strictly about the community issues, the things that affect us, the things that we can prove. It's the things that are our business. Oh, okay. Well, I think there might be one more, but hold on. Let me look. Yes. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't even remember what this is.
In contact with Chris Watts. It doesn't mean that Heather wasn't in contact with Chris Watts. People want to focus on some of that shit. Was Chris giving Heather clues? No. And we have the that shows that she said we're not in contact right now. And guess what? Alan and Bubbles kept going anyway in the name of Heather. Okay? So she already owned this shit last summer, lying about her. She went along with some of the stuff. Eventually, they're like, oh, well, you're part of the family, Heather. Let us give you more responsibility. She treated really like an internship, okay? They exploited the shit out of everything, okay? Oh, maybe if you can do this good, Heather, prove yourself and we can put you in the credits of the fucking film. Or, you know, you can help us write the book. You ever wonder why that book only turned out to be pretty much?
You are so fucking clueless and so full of shit. I can't even. This is comical. Heather was writing her own book. It's just, I think that, I don't know. It's just extremely hard to see people twist and turn and keep trying to make this about things it's never been about. So you guys, when you hear that, remember, that is not what this is about. We want that to be figured out in court and through the legal system. And we honestly don't want to talk about really Miranda at all. I mean, there's things where she's weaved in, but this isn't about her. You know, it's just not. So
I wanted to address somebody in chat made the comment that Heather is using Kim to post all her crap.
Yes.
Which is true. Heather's posting crap on her channel and then she immediately deletes it. So.
Yep, but we got it.
We still have it. Yeah.
She's constantly violating YouTube's terms of service. And she's afraid of losing her channel. I know she's threatening you, Ali, for you losing your channel. But the fact is you've been polite and you've not shown that you've harassed her. We're just exposing the lies and preventing her from scamming other people. And it's our right to do it in a nice, calm manner, which we're doing today. Oh, yeah.
Trying to.
Calm Roz. calm Roz today. It's not Italian Roz, okay? So we're trying to.
Do y'all want to do the mark thing first or the question and answer? I'm sorry. I thought you were done. I wasn't.
Oh, Ellie, can you show the phone that you downloaded so we can show people that this is definitely Heather's concoction and no one else's?
Oh, yes, from iPhone or whatever.
From the iPhone, yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Share. Okay. So, where's the plate? Okay. She's scrolling through her messages with her. Wait, what's the Asperger's thing? Live 19, live personal effects. Designating live roles, advertising, marketing online. Monday, he remembers NK telling him that it was his family or her, not both, just a few days before. There's the notes. So it goes through everything. So did you say that those were locked and you couldn't change that?
No, that's my iPhone. That's her messages to me.
Right.
That
Okay.
that can't be edited. That's why I screen recorded it. You can even see my reply there in blue. There you go.
Yeah, I mean the notes part. What's that? How do you?
Oh, I clicked. If you went down, okay, so oh, hold on, go back down, and you know how there's if you go back, go back a bit, go back. There is when it's really long on an iPhone. Do you see that little cursor when it says Monday the 4th, 26th, and just a few days before,
Oh.
and there's a little arrow? I pressed that because that's the extension of the message. Okay,
Oh,
that's what I
okay. So
did.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is her message. So here you
On my
go,
phone.
straight from her on her phone, not from Alan, not from Bubbles, not Jana, not whoever down the street. No. So stop. Just stop with the lies. How? When are you going to say? Like, just be like, okay, you know what? You're right. Like, and stop. I don't know. When does it stop? When does the twisting and turning just stop? Just give up, because what you're doing is making it worse for yourself. And I promise you, even on every level that you don't even realize, that's what you're doing. So I would just stop, admit what you've done, try to make things right. Stop being so mad that people have caught you. Take that like anger towards yourself and be mad that you did these things, and use that to make yourself want to change and be better, because it's not anybody else's fault that that this happened. Wow, that's so crazy. I didn't understand that notes part. I was like, wait, is that like your
Yeah.
notes in your notepad, or?
No, iPhone does that. So iPhone, if you send a really long message, you have to click that hyperlink because it shortens it, and you just click that. And when you screen record, it doesn't show me touching the finger touching that. So, but if anyone questions that, I can actually maybe video it so you can see me pulling through the message. But I guess that should be
No.
evidence enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Now I'm going to pull up the messages. Now these are the messages between Heather and Angie. What I've done here is I pressed Control F. I don't know if you can see. Actually, it's above the red line, so you can't see, but there's a text box where I've typed in the word Mark, and it shows every time that it shows up in the conversation. So we're going to go through that quickly because that is the attorney. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So the first one is market. Then they're talking about Reverend Mark, which is a different guy. Let's see, one sec. Reverend. Market. I think it takes a second because goes from the beginning of their thing, like that when they first talked. So obviously the first thing wasn't the lawyer. Wait, I guess you tell Mark. Okay. I was looking through from the end to the beginning, but there is a lot. Okay, so here we go. Here's the first lawyer, which is 30 out of 211. Mark of the Beast, that's not it. It is right here. So Angie says, I need info. Heather says, what info? Angie says, lawyer. And I thought I was losing it. Haha. And keep me informed about David, please. Absolutely. What are you doing? Paul Mark Garagos. That's the lawyer. See, right there, it's not Garagoski. This time it is Paul Mark Garagos. Okay. So now I'll go to the next one. And you guys stop me. I can't see chat, so if there's something that I need to see or whatever, let me know. Okay, so then Heather says, how'd you sleep? What's new? Angie, I sleep good. Are you excited? The lawyer said he would be contacting you today from Heather. Angie, yep. Okay, what's his name again? Mark? And then Heather says, Mark. And then, you're good. You remembered. And then he just texted me. Oh, let me know what he says, please. He's texting me, so I will forward all this stuff to you. Okay. This is where, so these are messages from Mark to Angie, the lawyer. So he says first, today we have a few options. You tell me what you'd like. File a motion to get Chris out early, $55. File a motion for sanction-free allows entry into the house, $55.
Ellie,
File
Wolfie,
a motion for radical.
sorry, Wolfie's she's trying me to tell you this. She said she sent you the clip where she admits Mark in the text.
Oh, okay. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
If you need to check.
Okay.
No worries.
I'll play that after we go through these because I'm one track mind right now. Okay, so then she says, listen to this. File a motion for radical oppression. $100 stops the debt of money for Chris going to victims' parents. $20 to allow entry into the DA office for discovery. Redacted. And then she says, Heather, help. And she's like, yes, we pick one. Then this is another forward, but will allow for a greater level of success. If you'd like to do them all, the grand total is $210. I do not foresee additional fees, but I would like to file all of these ASAP. Heather, so much going on. Oh my God, I feel so nervous and excited. Oh my God, you. What else is he saying? I want to have 2 days going over everything both. And without you both, and would like to have you be present when Chris is released. Oh wow, with stars in her eyes. He's at the Coast House. Oh nice, okay, but we'll allow for a greater level of success if you'd like to do them all. We've already read that. So Heather says, do you want me to pull the money and send it to him? He believes we can do a lot. One thing I learned is that his blood was drawn so we can test for drugs in his system. I think he was drugs. Heather, want me to send money to him? And then I've always thought Chris was drugged with devil's tea. It's a natural form of GHB, aka date rape drug. Yep, that's what God showed me. Also, they did do a drug test, right? He's just texting me asking if I can send the money so he can file the paper. I don't want to do that without your consent, so let me know. So yeah, Angie had been having dreams like about the case, which who didn't? But so that's what she means there. Because I know Crafton and Kim will see that and be like, oh my God, see, God's talking to her. She's hearing voices. No, she's already explained it in another one we went through. It's like in your gut or in your dreams and things like that. But anyways, let's see. Give me a minute. I need to check my MC. I don't know what that is.
MasterCard.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're smart. Do you think we can get Chris out soon? Maybe we won't have to visit him in prison. Maybe we can just hang out with a free version of Chris. How exciting is that, Heather? Wow. Listen to her, you guys. Hey, go give the money, please. Okay, done. Oh, yeah. Fans, I please, Lord, this family. Chris, good. Okay, let me read this. Okay, hold on. Now I got to go through. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I got to mute for just a sec. Okay, sorry. They're trying to take the trash out here. And okay. Let me get back to it. I got to go here again because I think we're done there. Well, did you share this with the lawyer and showed me as if I was there, asked me to tell my vision? Wow, Angie, you have a gift. Oh, yeah, until the NDA is drafted and signed. Okay, so Angie says, I did, and he wants to only text because he wants evidence. I'm like, okay. And Heather says, oh, yeah, until the NDA is drafted and signed. He told me the same thing. My spelling is shit. Did you talk to Sunny Boy today? Mark did. Hey, not going to be rude or anything, but do you think you can stay around so I can forward stuff to you today and help me if I need help with the lawyer? Yes, I'm here. Love you. So, yeah. And, let's see. God is working miracles and I'm crying. You see, Angie's religious. You guys know that. I'm not a religious person, but I have lots of people I love that are, respect how they feel, whatever. This right here is using that to manipulate her. Heather has said that she doesn't believe in God like that. But here we are. God is working miracles and I'm crying. We are so blessed. I mean, that's so wrong. Okay, let's get, I got to go back up to the, and flip through now because I think we're done there. What's his name again? Mark did. Amen, Mr. Mark. Can you tell me what Mark's last name is? Look here, Garagros or something like that. So here she adds an R. Garagros. This is a good time to listen to this. Hold on.
And what we had to do over the course of time to get her out. That was to present a ruse, if you will, for Angie to... Because you guys don't understand that, like, I was under control. Under kind of like this dictatorship. Very, very sheltered in my life. Very, very, like, under control. Like this, I don't know how else to explain it. I was very controlled.
In her own apartment.
In Canada.
At times.
And I needed to get out, and this was the only way that I could think of that I could have done it, and look where I am today. Oh, and to clear something up real fast, Mark Garagowski is not a lawyer. Just saying. You may want to look up that name, Mark Garagowski. I don't think anyone ever impersonated Mark Garagos. No. Mark Garagowski came up.
You guys.
Yeah. Come on.
Come on.
Is that not sick? That is sick to me. The way she's, her voice when she's talking about that. Mark Garagowski. Oh my God. Can you guys believe that? Yeah, her tone. I mean, oh my, that just makes me sick. And here we see that, I got to move that off the screen. She's spelling it different every time, and obviously on purpose. Here she says, Mark Garagos was never impersonated. A Mark Garagowski came up. No, a Paul Mark Garagos, a Mark Garagros. We're going to keep going because you've said quite a lot about him. And, I'm just so glad that we've kept everything. I think this is going to be put together with a really nice bow on top for the people who need to see it. You know, I really do.
And if everybody watches the pattern, Heather very rarely does any typos. She speaks very well and clear, never pronounces any mispronounces any words, never makes typos, just with incriminating names. For example, when she outed the city where I live, instead of saying Sarasota, where I live, she said Saratoga. And she does this on purpose. It's a pattern with her.
She thinks that that's going to get her out of it. You are insane if you believe that. Honey, we wasn't born yesterday, and neither was it the judge, the police, whoever you're going to have to answer to. That is ridiculous. She is so proud of herself. It is unbelievable. I've never seen one come up with absolutely no comment. That's weird.
Just like the email that Kim and Crafton showed from someone pretending that me and Janet were in cahoots with AD. I mean, it was full of spelling mistakes, and it was so obvious it was her because, guys, you'll see later on, because Ali, you can show it, that this girl stalked me under that name on Instagram. Someone just to taunt me, to say, hey, I know you know it's me, and to she just plays games like that.
She thinks it's fun. I mean, this is, also she thinks it's fun to make up rumors about murdered babies, right? To say that Nicole Kessinger slapped Cece and many other things that were just disgusting and sick. That is sick to me. And this is all true. So I'm not harassing anyone, slandering anyone. This is just the truth. We've seen it all. There's proof of it all. It's in her messages, in her own, she said that herself. I'm just repeating that I think that is nasty. Here, Angie is like, hey, I'm Googling Mark. Nothing's coming up. They must have been on the phone or something. So, see, Angie's starting to catch on. She's like, okay. Let me keep going. Oh, I skipped one. Who is that typing?
That's not me. Is that you, Jenna?
What's that?
Someone's typing.
Oh, yeah, I was typing. I was addressing to Seeking the Truth with Dave in the chat because he just made me mad. Sorry. Because
That's okay.
it was last year when Heather played another illegal private phone conversation of me and used his platform to play it. When this was right after I left her team. Sorry, I got mad.
Yeah, in all
That's
fairness,
okay.
though, what has Heather told him?
I have no idea what he knows. At the time, I asked him
Yeah.
to take it down and apologize, and he did take it down, but I never got an apology. And as
Dave,
far as the other side, I have no idea because he never responded to me.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, you got to understand that Heather also fooled us, and we want to believe
Yes,
her. And she's very
that's right.
convincing. So
Dave,
I don't want to, dismiss Dave or anything. Welcome to the chat. I hope you can have an open mind to see what we're presenting today.
yeah,
with
and
that.
this is not the script anymore. We've already talked about that. That was actually Heather's notes from her phone calls with Chris that didn't happen, that went to her mod chat, which then she passed along to you guys, right? You guys didn't know anything about that. This is her making up. And now we're looking at her messages with Angie, and when they discussed the lawyer, Mark Garagos or Mark Garagos or Mark Garagowski or whoever that Angie is paying to represent Chris. So that's what we're at now. The script was the other day. We put it out. You can look at that video. And today we did show it in their text messages where it came from to prove it did not come from AD or you or anyone else but Heather. Because
I did not write it.
Not did I. I didn't write it either. I don't have time. I've got 4 kids and I work
Oh my
full time.
God.
And who
Who
can
has
come up
the
with that
time?
kind of imagination? My goodness, what kind of stuff that came in there. But Dave, if you look back, you'll see that Ali showed my iPhone messages that Heather would sometimes text me the notes, and that's undeniable proof right there. It's not been edited. It's right there on my screen recording on my phone device.
Yeah, you can see if you just go back a little bit. But okay, so here is Angie. Hey, you mentioned you talked to Mark last night. Details, please. Mark encountered an issue. He said he didn't want to bother you, but he hid an injunction. The injunction says Chris can't be released without a physical address and someone willing to take full responsibility of him. He says, I can't do it. The court needs to be 45 plus. Someone has to be 45 and older to take in his responsibility. And see, these are messages that Angie, the phone company, put on a stick to take off of her phone. She had to go have somebody do it because we wanted all of them for lawyers and things like that. So that's what we're going through here, which is, 1,300 pages. Okay. Can you send Mark some money, please? Wait, I should have read that injunction, actually. He can live with me. Heather says, can he live in USA? Because he can live with me. And then Angie's forwarding this is Mark, okay? I'm here with the judge now. We're going to file a motion to subpoena the DA in office today. Blah, blah, blah. So you're getting a roommate. Do you have someone willing to post a $1,200 bond for him? Can you send Mark some money, please? This is when you, okay, how much? Send $1,200. This is, hold on. I'm going to mute can I mute you guys for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just, okay. Because it's hard for me to read. I'm getting lost. So hold on. Where was that? Okay. Can you send Mark some money, please? Heather. Okay. So what I was going to say. Yes, I remember. This is where Angie believes that Chris she's getting him out. So that's why the bond, you're going to be my roomie. This is where that idea kind of is born. And okay, sorry. I don't know. There's just some feedback or something really loud coming through my earbuds. So I couldn't concentrate and get my thought out. Are you guys there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, let me see. It is sickening. It's absolutely insane. Um, there's a lot. I'm just asking Mark when Chris will be released. You better get a room ready. Haven't heard anything from Mark. Oh, Heather, I have a spare room, bed, blow up, and blankets. It is what it is. At least he'll be free. And then she says she hasn't heard from Mark in a while. He said he received the funds and was going to be in court with the judge. Maybe he's with the judge. And then she says he's heading to the DA office for discovery. So Mark must have texted Angie. It's really sick. How could one person do all of this too? That's what I wonder, like going through this stuff. I don't know. Ask Mark. Didn't Mark say he was going to see if the R family stopped paying that $6 million lawsuit on Chris? I think that we start to get into like where Cher comes in, but I don't know if she used Mark's name in that part. You should ask Mark if we should fly to Chris. Did she respond to that? No. Oh, there she did. Yes, please ask. Let me find out, Heather says. Is he excited? Tell me what Mark said. Mark said he found info about Nicole Kessinger's cell phone and pings. Okay, basically confirming she was at the house. Praise the Lord. Anything else? I have to use the potty. I'll fill you in on my lunch break. See, this is ridiculous. Mark found info about Nicole. That's crazy. I'm sorry. This needs to be talked about. Yeah, I can get him a cell phone. Okay, so here's Heather asking for more money, thinking that all the things that Chris will need, or maybe, let's see. Or no, he will need shoes, personal. I can add him on my phone bill. She says, I'm saving my money for Mark. So she's really thinking he's getting out. Like I told you guys, when I started talking to Angie, she was calling the jail on a daily basis. Here we go. Can you send 500 more to Mark? Have you heard from Mark? Give me a second. Blah, blah, blah. We should tell Mark to our group conversation. Wait, what was that? I'm going to be getting the files for neighbor's garage footage. Nate. So she had Angie convinced that she was getting Nate's cameras, even though it doesn't exist. The police didn't even go back and get it. All we have is what's on the body cam. Like when he walks in and he sees it on the television. He sure is. I told Mark that God showed me NK was in the garage. Mark mentioned there was a casing, and he did say NK had a gun. Wow. Has Mark ever asked your side of the story? And you guys, if you have any questions for Jana, for Roz, for me, if you want to come up on the panel, let me know. As we're going through this, we can start to do that before it gets too late. I want to jump on a plane and help Mark. This sounds fun. Digging into stuff, finding clues. How sad. I'm sorry, Angie. This is so messed up. Can you tell me what happens after Mark has evidence? What's next? When will Chris be released? He stays with you, but he can't work. I have so many questions. I believe Mark has to do a lot of research and build a timeline, basically showing the truth of what happened. And then when does NK go down? And is it Mark who calls the cops? I don't know. No, he won't call the cops. He'll present it in court, and the judge and prosecution will make a decision. Basically, if he can provide NK or others did it, he has to show who, what, when, where, and how. Then the judge will set a trial date. This will be big, big global news. So as we speak, NK has no idea what's happening. She says, I'm not leaving his side for the trial. I'll be there, so you bunk in with me. This is so, oh my God. Is there anybody? I can't see chat, so if there is anybody who wants to come up, you guys let me know.
Jen Lou has a question. She wants to know if there's any text directly from Mark to Angie asking for money.
There's a lot of text on here from him.
Yeah.
I could look, I guess. You want me to look really fast? Hold on, let's see. Hold on. I could pull up Mark's, but I don't know what keyword I could use. I don't think there's a whole ton with Mark. But there are some that I have. I have like, let's see. So I'll have to stop this screen share. And then if there's any more, you guys let me know. Here is the messages with Mark. I mean, there's still 150 more with her and Heather talking about him and money and things. But here are the ones with Mark. Some of them, because if this is his new number, I think there's another. I've got messages with like 3 or 4 other numbers, and I think one of those is Mark. One was supposed to be Jamie Watts. Jamie Watts contacted Angie asking for money for Chris. So, hello, this is Mark. This is my new number. This is right before they left. She's like, do you want me to video Miranda here? As much as possible. Film her. We're going to make a big documentary. Yes, Miranda told me. That's very exciting. Wait a minute. Today, didn't you guys hear? Kim and Heather said what they're not showing you are the messages where they're talking about, oh, Miranda's going to write a book. Look here. This is them telling Angie that. Stop trying to twist everything. I'm going to need Miranda to help me today. We need to get some information out of Chris. We're making great progress. I've already updated Miranda on everything. And then this is when they stop talking. She's like, "Where? I haven't heard from her in days. Where's my daughter?" Even though she says she didn't try to contact her for months. And then Mark argues with her about it. So I don't have the messages right here. I have to see because I'll have to look through it's not labeled. It's just by number, the rest of them.
I know I have one someplace of Jamie, the fake Jamie asking for money to Angie.
Oh, thank you, Golden.
Someplace. We have so much stuff.
Yeah. Well, I can pull the Jamie. I think I have no, I don't know if they're labeled either. I think the only ones labeled are Mark, Chris, and I see a super chat. I don't want to miss it. Thank you so much. Like, I can't find it in the thing, but I can pull it up. Golden, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Is that a cat meowing? See, Amanda, if you know which number is exactly his other one, let me know, and I can pull those up. Then I'm just going to go back to these. We can do that at a different time because the stick is inside too. So let's see. I only think I downloaded a few. The rest are on the stick still. Heck, Mark's net worth is $25 million. I did my homework. Wow, he's a great lawyer, one of the best, if not the very best. See, here you go. I thought, wait, what was that she just recorded? No one was impersonated. There was a Mark Garagowski, but here, so Mark Garagowski's worth $25 million. Did I miss something? Heather must have said it on a phone call. When Angie's like, remember when they're on the phone and Angie sends the Google link, like with the misspelled name? Angie's sending her a link showing nothing shows up for Mark Garagos. They're on the phone, I assume, because now Angie knows how much his net worth is and stuff. So Heather must have said Mark Garagos on the phone. Look, Mark said, check your messages. It's urgent. He just sent me this. Oh, man. Well, Cher already posted this. Who is Cher Ranch? She has a motion in place. We're in a rough spot. She has signed a filing with the court under her name and Cindy Watts. No one can go further without a release of data. That's $2,000. I will spend 3 days in court removing them. The good news, this will enact your POA. The bad news, it costs $2,000. That is nasty voices behind the wall, FYI. Oh. I hate her.
Oh.
You lying ass.
Oh, Heather. Oh.
Now, Heather, she said, I was just starting trouble telling Cher, but Cher is my friend. Of course, when I start seeing this stuff, I'm going to tell her. You know what I mean? That is crazy. I thought she referenced him even though she spelled it wrong. Yeah, I'm thinking on the phone because it's spelled a million ways throughout this, but never exactly correct. She does spell it Mark Garagos, but then it has Paul in front of it. So, and then at one point in the messages, she says he has 2 names. There was no attorney. Exactly. Doesn't matter. Well, I don't know. I wonder if, I don't know, like impersonation. She's trying to give the idea that it's this person just because she misspelled one letter. I mean, I don't know. Crazy Mama, thank you. Exactly. I feel like I'm really shocked to see the people that have supported them after all the things that have we've shown and all the things that they've said. I mean, it's gotten really gross and low down and nasty. I'm not over here talking about anyone's children's, their recovery. I would never do that. Shit. I only got love for the kids. When Kim had her thing for her boy for his college, I've never said this publicly. I donated for his college fund because I love the kids. I would never allow somebody. I don't like that, and the things they said about Heather said about my kid, that's just been allowed. Even saying, oh, I don't even know what stupid other automobiles, Bentley, Mercedes, like just nasty. Southern lady, I don't know why did she get timed out, you guys?
Somebody did. I'm not sure who did, and I don't know why.
Maybe accident.
Wolfie would want you to ask for Nikki, whatever that means. Pocket mod.
Exactly. Wait, hold on. What? I gotta look.
Check messages.
Pocket mod.
Pocket mod.
Yeah, guys, look,
Pocket
we want to present this in a factual way that is not, we're not harassing Heather, but I did tell her last year. I told her when she stalked me, I said for her to stop scamming. So of course, I'm disheartened that she continued to do this, and on to a greater extent. Uh, it's just we've got to stop this, and we have the right, freedom of speech, to speak out about it, and she can't stop it with fake protection orders, especially sending one to Australia. Girl, you have no jurisdiction here, but yeah, send me one through the email or mail, whatever.
Exactly. No, that's ridiculous. You cannot, we have not been harassing. We have not been rude. We've not dug at anything. We don't care about the relationship. Don't want to talk about the private stuff. We're only talking about this. And I'm sorry. Look here. What this is not only manipulating Angie and getting thousands and thousands of dollars using Cher and everybody, all these other people's names. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Larry. Not only is it that, but there are a lot of people, you guys, I know most of you in here that followed this case. It was like in your heart, right? It became part of you. You start to feel like you know these people, like you start to have love for these children. I'm not joking. I did. And I know a lot of you guys did too. People would think that like they would have dreams about them and just all kinds of stuff. And for a person to get on and create an entire all these different rumors and a false narrative and get everyone's emotions all over the place. We were hanging on to every last word back then, you guys, of everything new that came out about Chris Watts in this case. And that is wrong. That is so, so wrong. Oh, Jana has something to share.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thank you so much, Tess. I appreciate you. Oh, wait. And for the people saying shame of Angie, aren't they glad she started to see the light? Exactly. Okay, here, let me add that. Okay. Oh, this is with Jamie, correct?
Yes, this is from Jamie to Angie.
Some guy stole his typewriter. Chris went to get it back and then went and broke the guy's mirror and locker. So until he pays the fees and fines of $600, he's in big trouble and in the hole. He has 7 days to pay it or he'll be sentenced to a write-up and in the hole for 90 days. I have $450. And guess what Angie did?
Yeah, she sent the rest. Yeah.
I think we were underestimated with how much evidence and proof we have of all of this. Or maybe not, because I don't know that anyone really has ever intentions of being in a courtroom with us or with Angie. But if that happens, I look forward to it because I think that it's black and white. And not only that, but it will be these texts and all this stuff electronic, it's going to be, the police will get it themselves. We'll give them ours, but then they're going to go after and get it themselves. It's going to be without a doubt unbiased. And I cannot wait for that day. And when that happens, I wonder what these people who are standing up, backing them, talking about, like I said, people's addictions, people's children, this, that, and everything else. Let me see. Didn't want to miss something.
Yeah, and don't forget that it's also illegal to intimidate a person from testifying in a case. Don't forget that.
Yep, exactly. Heather was off. This is a good point, Jen. Heather was offering something KK wasn't: access to CW for free. Yes. Which was, desirable, especially when you don't want to pay $10 to support somebody who at that time a lot of people were very angry with her theories and different things like that. Thank you, Amanda. Yeah, she said it was stupid, like all the other automobiles, and named a bunch of automobiles. She said I couldn't feed my child. You guys, if I couldn't feed my child, my YouTube, I'd be out there working at McDonald's or somewhere. Trust me, my babies are always taken care of. And I just cannot get over that. It's like you just make shit up out of nowhere. Rehab. Last night, Miranda said on Kim and Crafton's, that's another thing. She said, I know my mom paid for Allie to go to rehab around like November, December. And I was like, what the fuck? I went back through my channel. I went live in November. I did 15 videos in November, spread out like every other day or something. And in December, I did 20. In rehab, you can't have a damn phone. You got to use a card and use a phone on the wall to call your family, and you only get like 15 minutes. You're not allowed to make YouTube videos. You guys are out of your minds to even say that. Every single month, I'm live constantly because it's something I care about, and that means something to me. Y'all don't ever see me on here bashing people, trying to stir shit up, start drama. No, but this right here, it I don't know. It's different. It's just different.
Oh, I just want to undercover mother. She's in the chat. She's
oh yeah,
the Truth Channels. I want to say hello, and we have got the links. Ali's got them, so hopefully we can show what Heather also did to you as well. Okay.
Let's do that really quick.
Yeah, let's do it now. Watch this here. It's really important.
Okay. So what is the? Let me see on the thing. The name of it. Oh, I found it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking for the subject line title that I didn't know if it said undercover mother, but my email was scrolled back a little bit far. Okay. The second one. Now let me do screen share again. Now you guys, I haven't watched this. I've just been told about it. So, but it's pretty interesting considering some of the things that, Wait a minute. What is this doing? It's age restricted.
Oh.
Okay, I can't pull it up through there. I'm gonna have to search it from her YouTube channel and then share.
Did you want me to pop the link in? Maybe I can. I don't know. Undercover mother. Oh, she can't put a link in. Can you go to the channel?
Of that second video. Yeah, but what's the title of the second video?
Let me see. Oh, the title. Let me have a look. I'm just gonna pull it up now.
Okay. And it's just regular undercover mother, or does it say like 20 or something on it? Yeah, read me the name and the title. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hang on. I've got it here. There we go. It's playing on my phone. Blair and her true colors. See if you can find that.
Okay. Yes. Boom. Got it. Okay. I understand and wish to proceed. Okay. She says it's okay that we play it too, right?
Yes.
Because okay. Hey, Pink Dahlia. Oh, I love you and I've missed you so much. I'm so happy to see your face. You're going to be way, way lost on this because this has evolved to like the next level. But okay. Well, I mean, it was already next level to be honest. So, very good. Oh, you guys, if the chat says there's an echo, you ladies, do you have earbuds in? Or
I do. I have a headset.
Yes.
I can mute myself. So.
Well, if you have a headset, it shouldn't echo. So
Okay.
that should be
anyway.
Okay. Well, I'll probably mute myself too, but sometimes I keep it unmuted in case I want to like comment. But so yeah, if you have a headset, then it makes it easier. You can comment because if not, then you have to pause, comment. You know what I mean? It's just Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Wait, from Heather to me. I came across your video, respectively your comment. I am now reaching out to you and providing you the opportunity to remove the video in its entirety. I personally own the copyright to my recordings, and with that, this is a notice to cease and desist from Heather. I am giving you the opportunity to remove the video. You are in direct violation of YouTube's own policies. Your threats in videos and comments, blah, blah, blah. So she's asking her to immediately cease and desist all harassing activities, this and that, very respectively, Heather.
You'll never make mistakes, so take your weight off of me. I know your every move, so won't you just let me be? I've been here times before, but I was too blind to see.
I'm going to mute it. I'll probably get a copyright strike. If I do, I don't care, but it is what it is. I mean, it won't be a strike. It'll be like a claim. But just if she's not talking and it's just music, I'll mute it. Yo, I'm in big trouble. Please email me the name and contact info for your legal team, as well as the police report number and contact info immediately. Thank you. Ooh. Now, why would I do that? I emailed you politely, kindly, and with consideration. I'm not going to handle this myself or waste any more time on this matter personally. I thought you'd want to handle it as adults, person to person, but if you don't want to, that's okay. I'm good with moving forward through the next set of steps. I'll now let my lawyer do the rest. You'll get their information when the claim is submitted. YouTube will also be provided with all the information when they need it. Have a good day and stay safe. Kind regards. Condescending. And you had an error right there. YouTube will also be provided with all information.
Somebody asked a question in there. It was last mom or something. If these were all Heather's words.
NA. So yeah, I'm muted.
I went through your live.
I
And
think she-
nobody answered her.
But nobody answered her. I'll mute her if she
that was so funny.
Jana, you're not muted. But I wonder who
That
asked
wasn't
the
me. That was my wife.
Yeah, hi Donna.
Yeah, she was trying to let us know about a question in the chat.
No, Donna
Whose was it?
Parent.
I don't know. Whose was it? Whose question?
Les mom.
Wait,
or something.
rewind.
Something mom?
Les mom or something. She wanted to know if those were all Heather's words. Yes.
If they were all Heather's words or something.
Yeah, except for like the replies or with the people she's talking to. But yes, these are her direct words. Okay, rewind. Did that letter read as polite, kindly, and with consideration? It reads as massive threats to me. Yeah, it did not seem very polite, kind, or considerate. Oh, she's showing it again right here. Yeah. I will also file litigation for blackmail and inform YouTube of that too. Oh, I didn't see that in the first one. Huh. That was a threat. Which not Heather. She would never. No. No way. Let's see. That was fun. Let's do it again sometime. Wait. Here, these letters went out to other True channels and signed with the fake Blair name that AD made up with the middle initial and last name too. All different email addresses too. Letters from Blair, letters from Heather as one entity. One has to wonder why CW stopped writing her a while ago. Sada, stay tuned. At Blair Anon, having just read that you are facing litigation, I must write how delighted I am. Did you seriously not know that it is highly illegal to obtain cash via deception? You have created your own sorry mess by aiding and abetting Vinicombe, a well-known British con artist. Oh, good luck. You're going to need it. Those are not my words. They're the comments. So I don't want to. Let's see. See Preach Queen video. Okay, now that I have your attention, please see my saved playlist for the scoop on why we're against AD.
Okay, yeah. Undercover's mother's videos are fantastic. I love her stuff. Good choice of music,
Yeah.
Dirty Diana. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, so that shows that she sent, it's just showing her doing her trying to send fake legal stuff. That's not a cease and desist anyway. That's not how you do it. You don't email it to somebody. That's not the legal way. I mean, you can't, basically it's like this. You can send a cease and desist like that or the legal way and it still doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? It's just, but that was threatening and blackmail. Let's see. Hey, Melissa. Does anybody else have any questions? Let's see. You can't have your phone for the first 3 weeks. See, at the one I went to, we couldn't have it at all until we got out. But we could use we could buy phone cards and use the phones on the wall, and yeah, that was it.
Ellie, can we show that the email that they tried to present on Kim and Crafton's this morning about the someone?
Yeah, but where's it at? Because I didn't watch all their stream. I just I
sent you an email. I sent you the email, and with the photos to show everyone to link it.
Okay.
Who is behind someone?
If anybody has any questions while we're doing this, or would like to come up on the panel and ask it that way, anybody, and you don't have to agree. You can disagree. Please do that because we want to keep that that open communication. I cannot stand. Don't come address a bunch of people. Turn off the comments. Don't answer questions. Change the whole narrative. No, that is not cool. That is just sketchy. When I want to talk to people, I want it to be just straight up. Like it is. I just can't stand that. Let's see. I want people to have the opportunity to voice their opinion. It's not really a conversation, and it's just like a speech, and it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, let's see. Is it the fake email she sent herself?
Yeah, the fake email.
Okay. Whoa, it's written so small, so we're gonna have to probably, let me see.
Well, people who saw Kim and Crafton's live will recognize it. This is how inventive this lady is.
X amount of words. Nevada state law says you have to be served. It does. And Melanie, no, I don't know what she did today, but well, I don't know what she did today. I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I've tried. I've been in contact with the people over there too. That's all I'll say. A couple people over the last few weeks, ever since Amanda got her first, and even more so now. Okay, Roz, let's see if I can zoom in. So what is this that we're looking at?
Well, this is the email she sent herself. If you can see at the top, if you can just make it, it's from someone. Okay, and they're pretending to be AD. Oh, one of AD's mods. Does anyone see that?
Okay.
Pretending,
I
can you
zoomed
read
in
that?
pretty good. Has Heather responded to the scamming? All she'd have to do is provide the 5,000 calls from Chris. Should be pretty easy. We can read it. I can. She has responded a little bit to this money from Angie. She said that they had to do what they had to do to get Miranda out, even though a week before the story was she didn't know about Miranda stuff till she was already in Vegas. But she has not responded to telling the community that she was talking to Chris and all of the, like, not fully. Last year, when all that kind of came up, there was some excuses and a disappearing act. So, no. David Carter wants the link. Questions from Cheryl Lutz, Tattoos, Luann, and Jordan. Okay, before we go through this, let's get some of these questions. Okay, just because I'm just curious, why is she coming after you? Well, just because I'm helping Angie put out the information, put out that she was taken advantage of, and telling you guys, the truth about everything last year and where everything came from, and showing proof. So I'm sure that she's trying to keep me to stop talking. She don't want me to keep talking about it. She don't want them to keep talking about it. So she's doing whatever she can, whether it's threatening legal stuff that will never hold up, because we're not harassing. We're simply speaking the truth about what occurred last year, the events that occurred, with the proof to back it up. We're not bashing anybody. I don't, so that's why she's scared. Let's see.
Irvin wants to know, is the job calling and people passing out flyers and all that kind of thing fake?
Oh, okay. So this is the truth. Amanda did email her boss once. I never emailed anyone, ever, ever. That's a lie. Prove it. I guarantee you, you will not find an email from me to anyone at her work. Number two, and Amanda emailed once. Okay, that's it. That was back during the first video, like when everything first happened. That is also when in the chat they were saying, I wonder if Miranda knows, like, they're like, how can we get her to know that, she wasn't really with Chris and all this? And people are like, you could hold signs, out at her house or out in the mall or what, I don't know what the hell. No, they were just talking about it in chat. No one ever did that. She keeps saying that. When she was asked to show proof, how many of you heard her say she cannot show proof because she does not want to show her driveway and her front yard, okay, because she's already being stalked. However, today she got on video in front of her house, in her car or whatever. I don't know where. I assume it was in front of her house. She got on video at her location. She's actually shown her cameras before, showing Angie getting in the car that when she came to visit. So that is a bunch of crap. No one has ever. I swear to God, I'll pay someone $1,000 if they can provide proof. She says she has proof, but she don't want to show it because she don't want to show her house. So block everything else out. Just make sure we're still able to tell that that's where it's at, and I'll pay you $1,000 because I guarantee you don't have it. How can defendants in these protective orders receive due process if Nevada does not require them to be served? Here, let's see. Let's look this up. And then I'm going to look this up while you read this email and talk about that for a sec. If you want to.
Okay. So this email was regarding me and Jana. Apparently, this mod pretended to be a mod from AD and said that Jana had conspired with Bubbles and got me involved to send a heavily edited script to MRB, and it was meant to bring Heather down. Okay, so what I'm going to get you guys to notice is the top of the email. It says no one, someone. Okay, and from someone. That's really important because about a week later, someone with the name someone tried to stalk me on my Instagram account and add me as a friend. And then they accidentally changed their name. Well, Heather changed the name back to her real name while I was on Instagram. I was able to capture the transition, and it was her. So she plays games like this, and she taunts you. And this girl has, Jana can attest to that. So anyone that speaks up against Heather, There you go. You can see it now. See that?
How are the ferrets?
Keep
Someone.
looking.
Yep.
Yeah, that was me. That was me. How are the ferrets? Keep going and you'll see. You'll see.
Heather.
See?
Wow. It's crazy. Just to taunt you. Now, isn't this where she posted like the bullet, those photos? Is that where?
Yeah, she did
Or-
bullet photos on her Instagram. I didn't put them on. Mhm.
Now, let me show y'all this. Look at this. This is the Clark County website, okay? I want to show y'all something. Clark County website. It's a government website, okay? If an individual wishes to apply for a protection order, they must file with the court an application for protection order, including the temporary protection order application information. If the application is approved and a temporary order is granted, the adverse party must be served with the protection order. The order becomes effective once it is served. Never does it say you can hang it in the courthouse, okay? You can, here's a motion to extend it, how you do that. And then look here, this is really interesting. They provide all the forms for you to print out and fill out yourself. See, print version. So you can, if you want to apply, you can print it and then fill it out at home and so on and so forth.
I think they were trying to make out that we people are showing the domestic protective order steps, but it's not. The same steps are for harassment and cyber stalking, which is what Heather has tried to get the TPOs and PPOs on, because she has shown the forms and the forms say they're harassment and cyber stalking on there. So someone's got their wires crossed when they think it's a criminal. They're saying it's no longer civil. No, it's still civil, and it's still the steps is quite clear in the Clark County website that the adverse party must be served, and it says that it is not in effect until served.
Tattoos, I am out in the jungle. No, seriously, my mom lives right on the water and the swamp right behind. So there's like river, ocean in front of us and a huge swamp behind us. Question: when was the first contact made and first money given by Angie to Heather? That's on the timeline. Let me see if I can get
Yeah,
that really quick.
I'm looking at the timeline right now.
Okay.
It was approximately March 2021 when Angie and Heather met. And it was within just a couple of weeks, Heather started asking Angie for money. And Angie at first said no. And I'm trying to find the dates.
Pastor Mill, I know she doesn't mention what she did, but don't worry. They
May 6th was the first time Angie gave her money. Heather needed eyeglasses. She was asking for money within a couple of weeks after meeting Angie. That was May 6th was the first transaction where Angie actually okayed it.
right, and it was never like Heather asked as if she'll pay it back. Like she didn't have enough right now. And many times she can say it was a gift, but a lot of times it was supposed to be, I'll pay you back.
Yeah, and that's all in the text messages. And then after that, it was like pretty constant.
Henderson isn't Las Vegas. What is this right here? I wonder if it changed. This is the Clark County website. It says Clark County, Nevada. Henderson Justice Court is Nevada. Oh, okay. So
Justice Court. Yeah, it's the same thing.
She says that Henderson isn't Vegas or whatever, or isn't.
If you type in the Justice Regional Center, it says the same thing. It comes up with the same protection order steps on there and guidelines.
And you cannot file an extension of a temporary protection order without the other party being served and a hearing being held.
Right. And And you should see all the threats she's made. I'm harassing her, but she's in my comments threatening to take my channel, making up lies about me, straight up lies that come from nowhere. How does she say, like, the things that she's, I don't know. I don't know how she thinks that she's going to, how she sees this ending. I'm not quite sure. Trying to defend the guilty. Answered that in chat. Oh, okay. I don't know, Loki's mom. I agree with you. Do you know that Angie hardly sleeps? Like, she spent the last couple of days not sleeping at all. She's worried. Even today, she's just worried. She still loves her daughter very much, and she's concerned. She's really concerned. She feels really taken advantage of, lied to, blindsided, used, abused, all that stuff. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine? You're trying to help these people, all of them, even your family, and next thing you know, you're the bad guy, and then all these rumors are spun. First, there's the stuff in the home, and then now Angie's involved in that, and this and that. I mean, it's really hurtful. Imagine your baby, and Angie's already lost one of her daughters, and then that had to get used against her. They used that against her. I don't know, Jinlu. Let's look. Hey, Pointer Lover. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I love you, and I really appreciate you. Thank you. I don't know. Let's look, Jinlu. Would it be at the bottom? I looked. That's why I pulled down that's how I found the forms, because I was looking to see if there was anything else. See. Protection order against harassment in the workplace. Those are just the forms you can print out. And then the forms you can print out. Let's see. Frequently asked questions. General. Oh, man. Yeah. Nothing about that on there. No. I mean, you pretty much have to be served, because then you can't break something if you don't know for sure. Hello, this person is being accused of forging documents all over. She's told her friends in text messages she's lost jobs over forging documents. Do you think I'm going to believe some shit that's put online when I know for damn sure you have to be served? That's why they do it. So you know for sure, for certain, this way they can get you in trouble if you break it. How do they know that you know for certain? How could they ever prove that I seen it? Even if she tagged me in a post on her page like she has, that doesn't mean I seen it. I could have her blocked. You know what I mean? You never know. It's just stupid. Over it. I'm so over it. I'm over the lies. I'm over the bullshit. And I'm over the people who I used to have respect for and thought that they had some sort of judgment to an extent, kind of backing that. And I'm done. I lost all respect for all of them involved. I'm sorry, I did. When you start allowing and backing someone who is personally attacking me because I have questions about lies to the community, I interviewed her on my channel. I haven't even been able to finish it because I cringed so hard watching it. But I spun her shit to my audience too. We all have the right to speak about this because it affected us all. And not only that, what if there's more people out there and this stops people from doing it in the future? It could. It really could.
There's a question in chat. Rojo wants to know, were the mods aware of all of the money Angie was giving her and why? I had no idea. In fact, I left last year, May 29th, 2021, and I only learned about the money and the fraud about 2 months ago.
Yeah. I had no idea. I just knew while modding for Heather that Angie and Heather were really good friends.
Yeah, that's all I knew, that they were friends.
And Angie would send maple syrup and some Canadian goodies to Heather. But that's it. Nothing about the money. Nothing at all.
No, me either.
Kathy, so the medical, I did not see that part. I was like I said, I couldn't stand to watch it all, but I did hear about it. And I'll tell you this. I know that the medical records have been pulled on the other side as well for the investigation and for purposes. I haven't seen them. They're not my business, anybody else's business. I know that. But I know that when Angie pulled them, it was several months ago because that doctor's office was shutting down. It was the reason she got them in the first place. Now she's got them with her stuff for her case, but the reason she got them in the first place, they were shutting down several months ago. So I don't know. I don't know anything about Canadian healthcare. I don't know anything about Miranda's medical stuff. I don't even know what they were showing. And all I know is that they've also been pulled for the other side for they're also being used by the other side too for the investigation or for the case. And I don't think that's fair to do anyways. Like, oh my gosh. Because then then they say, and you're making her have to do this? What?
No, I don't think we should be talking about the accusations at all. That's something that Angie and Miranda need to handle legally.
And they both look forward to doing that, it seems like,
Yeah.
so that's just my impression. I think that, yeah, I agree. And that goes as far as her medical records like that and her medical records with mental health. The only thing I've ever really like thought is she seems distressed. Like she's not like she's very going through a lot. Not anything like her like they're trying to make it out. They said this is a hate crime because people have speculated on her mental health. Now, yes, her mom in that first video said that she had said that she was made statements, but that's her I don't know. I have nothing to say about that except for how I feel. And yeah, I'm not making it about her mental health. Don't want to talk about it. Don't have, don't know her medical records, never seen them, don't want to see them.
Southern Lady's asking a question. Can you see it? She's wondering
I'm a little
why.
behind, but let me see. Right here.
Yeah.
Southern Lady. Yes, I spoke to them privately at first because I was like, whoa, you guys don't see this? Like trying to talk to him, send him information, give him my stance and stuff, trying to stay on good terms. But there were little digs that were made here and there and kind of remarks that, but then I don't know. I think that things heated up a little bit after Heather kind of heated up a little bit with her claims and her nastiness and stuff. I don't know why they defend her so hard. I think because they're friends with her. And I personally, at least before, have thought it was an emotional thing. They're stuck on that emotional side of it, the LGBT, the essay. And at one moment they're saying, you can't leave out the essay. You're not telling the whole story. Melissa mentioned this in her live, and it's so true. Because the next moment they're saying, it's nobody's business but Miranda's. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are the one talking about it. We don't want to talk about it. This has nothing to do with Miranda. All this right here, all this Chris Watts stuff, all the island stuff, none of it has, to do with her. Yes, she comes in at the end, but that's not what we're talking about. I don't know though. I don't even know. What do you guys think? I don't know why you would stand up for some of this. Even if you're my friend and you've done something like this, I'm not going to sit there and do that. I'm going to tell you, you need to hold yourself accountable and do better. And I would tell them, and you can do better. It's up to you what you do with this. It's up to you. You can either turn it around and make things right and try to move forward and be a better person and right your wrongs and hold yourself accountable, or you can do this. But I definitely, if you choose the other, I'm not going to be sitting there going, yeah, and standing behind it. Because eventually, don't you have to have your, I don't know, you guys.
Jen Lou has a question, but I don't quite understand what she's asking.
Oh, Irvin, thank you. That's sweet. Looks like 2 cases here. M and family have a case that needs to stay off YouTube. Exactly. H scamming Angie and scamming the whole community, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the script and, her mods. I mean, Roz was so, the reason that she came forward with the script is because it was devastating because she believed it was true. She believed with all of her heart that's wrong to do to someone. That's complete emotional manipulation and just gross.
Yep, that's right.
Let's see. Um, Friends don't show a person's psychiatric records. C and K were talking about a script long before Blair's. Just saying, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't get it. Some other people get it, but maybe my brain's just not working anymore. This has been so much. Being a victim of anything doesn't give you a free pass on fraudulent criminal behavior. In one of the clips today, I was going through for organization purposes, and one of them, Heather's like, "Oh, Alex says she's part of the LGBT community. What is it going to be next? You've been SA'd too? Oh, no, you're just crazy, and that's why you don't have no baby daddies," or something stupid like that. I'm like, whoa, that's so nasty. Oh, it goes way back. Oh, okay. See, I don't know. Do you know how many women have been essayed though? Really? A lot. It's not, and you know how triggering this is for people? I've had so many people who care. They want to know and they want this to happen, but also they say, it's been really tough because it's brought up a lot of stuff for me, or that's hurtful. I hate that. That breaks my heart. And it's just messed up.
I find it
The
strange that
TPO.
they keep messaging. They keep mentioning that aspect. I think it's very traumatizing for Miranda to keep talking about it. It's something she needs to speak to a counselor about, not on YouTube. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why Heather is encouraging it or they are encouraging it. I think I lost connection here.
No, you didn't. Bentley came out here. I was muted for a second.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I don't know if we can put up Jen Lou's question because I don't want to ignore her.
Where's
Yeah,
Jen?
yeah,
Oh, I
I'm
love
not
Jen
really
Lou's, but
understand.
How far
let's
back
see.
is it?
Not
Yeah.
too far.
Oh my goodness, I don't see it. Can somebody repeat it, or let's see.
Well, she's got a couple questions. She said Heather and Miranda began talking in April. That was the first part, but that's according to Heather. That's not what we have in our records. There it is. That's what Heather says. They began talking in April.
And she says it was just little bit here and there. If you listen, she said,
But
yeah.
they didn't really meet till early December.
Thank you, Remy. Good point. Isn't a hate crime. Let me see the second. Oh man, I lost it. Here it is. The second part of that. How was CW put into contact with H? How was M put into contact with H? Okay, so CW was put into contact with Heather on their own, right? We don't know that, but Heather gave Angie Chris's number so they could text. And then after Angie and Chris talked quite a lot, and they had talked about Miranda and different things, he asked for Miranda's number. I think a couple of times. I don't know exactly. It's right, you guys. I know he asked, but I
Yeah.
don't know if it was once or if it was a couple. I
Well,
don't
it was,
know.
I have in the timeline that early in December, how Heather and Miranda met is that Angie would be on speakerphone with Heather, and then Miranda would just, come around and start joining in.
Yes.
And
then
a
what
little
about?
bit earlier than that, the fake Chris Watts asked Angie for a picture, can I see a picture of your family? And Angie
Yeah.
sent him a picture, and that's when Chris texts her back saying, well, I masturbated to Miranda's photo. And then I don't
Yeah.
know from there how it happened that Chris and Miranda started texting.
And Angie, when he said that, Angie was like, "Whoa, that's too. That's
Yeah,
too
that's
much.
personal, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then,
One.
and then Chris was being, oh, mama, like something like, I'm worried about performing and stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah, very crazy. Southern Lady says, in the beginning, thought Blair was obsessed with Chris. Do you think she turned her focus and is now with Miranda? And you know what? That's a good question. And I totally there's definitely some obsessive qualities with the Chris and that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say too much because my
Yeah,
opinion.
I have my theories, but I'm sticking to facts here. I don't want to throw
Yeah.
out theories.
And my opinion will be used against me because
Yes, exactly.
so read between the lines, I guess. Let's see. There was another question I seen that looked. Oh, here we go. Question, Jana. What was the breaking point that made you leave Heather as a mod? Sorry if you've answered that before. Good question.
The breaking point was Heather was inserting herself in my marriage. She was playing my wife and I off against each other. We were having problems to begin with, and then Heather inserted herself by saying, "Oh, I have all this expertise in psychology and stuff, and I can help. And I'm like, "No, stay out of it." And she's like, "Please, please, please let me." And then she was contacting my wife and then contacting me, and telling us she was manipulating both of us, like, causing a bigger rift, if that makes sense, by telling me things. And so then I would get really angry at my wife because I believed Heather and I thought my wife was really doing these things. Hence, if anybody heard me really venting on those illegal audio clips, because I was really pissed at my wife, but the stuff I was pissed about wasn't even true. But anyway, she inserted herself in my marriage, manipulated me. I discovered she was lying, and I'm like, I don't want anything to do with this woman. So I left the team, and then she went crazy. I didn't even, at that when I left, I still believe she was really on talking to Chris on the phone calls. It was like a week later after I left. I hope that kind of clears it up.
Yeah. Let's see. 2 out of 5 females.
Yeah, I lost my trust in her. She was saying, "Oh, I'll never record you." And she was like secretly recording me, and you can trust me. And it was all a lie. And I found out she was a liar, and I didn't want anything to do with her.
I'm sorry, but doing the stuff with your wife, telling you one thing, telling her another thing, telling you, oh my gosh, why do that? Does that make you feel good? Like,
Yeah,
to me, I want to.
Yeah,
I
then
wanna
she
be
was
good to
begging
people.
me to leave my wife and move out there. And now she's turned the whole thing around. Like, I'm obsessed with her and that I was mad at her because I thought she was after my wife. I mean, it's like ridiculous.
Oh my God.
It's just been so turned around.
Yeah, it's been absolutely.
And it's
ridiculous.
embarrassing because those are all like private things. And I trusted this woman and I made a mistake. I made a mistake in trusting her. And, and I'm really sorry for that. And I believed Heather a lot of things. I believed her when she was bashing Brittany, and I was wrong, I was wrong. She is really, I don't know how to describe it, really persuasive and good at the fraud and the fake, and she's just really good at it. But she's also dumb. She's also dumb too, so I don't know.
She's a pro, but I'll tell you what, that Brittany stuff. Okay, Kim and Crafton kept saying, "Oh wow, look who's in there! A year ago, we seen this person, that person. We remember what y'all said. We got all that. We did it. I wasn't around for that. I never was into the drama fights until till the sex panel when my personal life got blasted. Then I felt like invested in a way, but it's annoying to me because it's like, don't you guys know people can change their minds, right? Okay, people have different opinions after they learn different stuff. Their opinions will change. You can't sit there and be like, oh my God, yeah, look who's in there. A year ago, y'all weren't saying that. Well, yeah, now they know the truth. I mean,
No, but exactly. I saw Gigi even mention that. It's because Heather lied to us. We found out afterwards, man, what she's doing to us, we know she's doing to Brittany. And you feel, you know what? I'm good. I'm glad that she's feeling validated now, because so many people are coming out and we're not afraid to talk. And Heather's tried so hard to silence everyone. It's not going to work anymore. It's not going to work. We're all coming and banding together just to expose this and to stop the scamming and to stop this right now. And Tess is asking a question. She said, "What did we say? What did Heather say about her when she left?" At just Tess. Do you remember that, Jenna? My God, it's so far back.
Tess was not with us very long, so I don't remember too much. What did H say to you guys about me? I know she said something, but I don't remember.
Jordan,
it was based. I don't think it was anything bad. I think that we just decided, or Heather, or all of us, I'm not even sure now, that we had too many mods. Maybe it was she. I know she complained about some people not being active enough, like in our private chat. That might have been it.
Yeah, that I do remember. She said there was a few mods that were a bit too quiet and not active.
Yeah, and that she didn't trust them because they were quiet, which is really funny now.
Jordan, the funny thing about that is the food that Angie sent me. So Angie sent Heather and me the same exact box. It was like a box of maple cookies, Canadian snacks, things that you can't get really in the U.S. And then she sent Bentley a bag of like 5 bags of big bags of ketchup, chips, and cheese doodles. things that we don't have here. It's to be sweet. It wasn't because we were hungry. I mean, and she sent Heather the same damn thing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that so much, Father Snuggles.
There's a question from Smiley. She asks Jana, do you think MRB was wrong to do what she did with the script? And do you believe she embellished it much? Ross can really answer you more about the MRB and the script, but I do know that she did embellish it some, because I was on her live when she shared it, and she had added several things to it that weren't in the script. So I do know she did embellish it some.
Yeah, maybe like for storytelling, I don't know. You know how sometimes you read something, you add a couple words.
Yeah, she did add some stuff to it.
But she didn't really differ from it. You know what I mean? She kind of sort of stuck to it. And whether she did the right thing, well, you know what? It's the Ruziks made that decision. They wanted to go live. So them being the victim's family, it's their right. I personally didn't want it to go to YouTube. I wanted to go just to law enforcement. It went to YouTube, and it eventually went to law enforcement. But in the end, I guess, it's how it plays out. How it plays out. It's not a big deal. In fact, her exposing it kind of sort of was a good thing for the community, because it woke everyone up. I stupidly still believed in the script. I believed that Chris was talking to her until I found out for myself a week later.
Yeah, the day that Heather, everybody was bugging Heather to share her phone records to prove that she really was on phone calls with Chris. And she's like, no. She was really mad. She didn't have to. And she finally did once. I think it was on her community page. It was up very briefly, but I grabbed it and I compared it to my personal phone records, because I had talked to Heather on the phone a lot, and the times didn't match. So I knew it was fake. And that's when I knew for sure the calls were fake.
Oh my gosh.
I found that the calls were fake because I had to ring up the FBI.
Yeah.
I was upset that it wasn't taken to law enforcement. Little did I didn't know that they did take it, but they didn't tell me. And I was like, I want to find out. I'm going to take it to law enforcement. So I rang him, and he told me, these didn't happen. These calls didn't happen. Your friend's lying to you.
Yeah.
And I went, are you sure? I go, can you write these dates down? And these are the graphic confessions. He goes, I'm writing it all down. I'm calling Dodge. He goes, let me grab all her details and all the details here. And I go, please. And I left my number. I said, just, you know, I know I'm in Australia, but if you need to call back, whatever. He just said, I can confirm with you now, if there's something different I need to tell you, I'll 100% tell you from these conversations that never happened. I went, okay, thanks. I know. And then I think my friend Amber, I messaged her and go, she lied to me.
Yeah.
Liar.
Yeah, when I left her team after finding out she had lied to me, then I started questioning everything she did. And it was just a matter of really looking into it to discover the rest.
And then she posted those doctored phone bills that had like 3 inbound calls within a minute and from Chris. And she quickly took it down because she knows she doctored them and added the wrong times. She only left it out for, do you remember? She left it up for an hour and I was able to screenshot and go, well, there you go.
Wow, I don't remember that. I do remember them asking for her phone records. Jojo Madre, when Angie started telling me what was going on, she had emailed me and said, like, you know, she had talked to me before this. So like, she's like, just catching up. And, you know, my daughter's out there and with Heather from Unmurdered and I can't get a hold of her and all this. And, you know, telling me the whole story. And every day that we would talk, she would say, you know, I called Dodge today. Chris still hasn't got out, because she still had faith the story was true for quite a while. I told her for, you know, a week or two before she really even listened and thought and believed it. And then eventually, you know, she came around to I guess realizing, you know, they say it's harder to convince someone they were fooled than it is to fool someone. Like, it's way easier to fool someone than it is to convince them that they've been fooled, because you don't want to think that you could be easily fooled. You know what I mean? And then the next one I want to answer is, I have really been wanting to, so I think I will. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. And thank you, Nikta. I don't know if we have anything else that we will talk about on this. If something comes up and we need to, we will. If they want to, we will. And then, yeah, I want to move forward with some other cases too. It's just like, sometimes I have to be like, my heart has to be in it to cover a case. Like, I'm interested in Kylie's case, but my heart is not in it like it is for like Summer. And there's so many people covering it and stuff. So I don't want to do that one. I like to be like really in, like, feel, I don't know. You guys know what I mean? When you follow a case that you're really following closely, you have like a connection to it that's different. So I don't know. I'm thinking, I've been watching Eliza's though, and it's really sad. You guys, are we? I think
Well,
we'll go.
there was one more question that was up briefly, and then went away, that I didn't want to ignore anybody. Somebody had asked, and I don't remember who it was, about how my website plays into this, because I know it was brought up
Yes.
on Kim and Grafton's, I believe. Okay, so I was really, really, really into the Chris Watts case. I was like really invested, and my mind was going like all the time about my own personal theories, like what I thought happened. And I just like, oh my God, this is like in my mind all the time. So I thought, well, I'm going to write down what I think happened, you know, and all my ideas and stuff. And I'm going to write it down. And so I started writing it in an email, but it was so long. It was crazy. And I thought, you know, I need to put this someplace. So I have an old daycare website that is still active, because I was in the daycare business for like 21 years. So anyway, you know, I had the space there and I just threw it up on 2 pages. It's really long. I did like a timeline of the case, and I did my own personal theory, just to have it in writing. And this was before I even met Heather, like maybe a month before. And I just put it up there. So then when I joined Heather's team, we would talk about the Chris Watts case a lot. And I just happened to mention to the girls one day, you know, hey, I did this theory and I threw it up on this webpage if you want to see it. And, you know, they were all, oh, that's really cool. And Heather was really interested. And then after that, she would just ask me lots of questions about it, because she wasn't aware of a lot of the things that I was aware of. And, you know, so I would try to explain to her, and she was like really interested in it. But it was only like a couple days later that all of a sudden Chris started calling her. And this was like before the official script. because he started calling her like 3 weeks before the official script call started. But and I never really thought much of it until after it came out that she faked the script. And then I took a really good look at it and I'm like, wow, she used a lot of the things we talked about and that I talked about on my webpage about the script in this. Like, I wasn't saying like all the nasty stuff that she's saying. I just was putting out my theory, but she played off of that. It was really obvious to me. And not only me, a lot of the information that AD had personally, I noticed was written into the script. So like, I didn't write the script anything. I just kind of, I can't prove it or anything. I just put 2 and 2 together. Like, oh, all this information, her and I would talk about things like Dirty South and stuff. And then I just noticed later when I realized it was fake, because at the time when I believed her, Chris was calling her and telling her these things, my head was like really big. I'm like, wow, I'm really good. I'm right on with what I think happened, And now I think it's funny, but I was thinking I was like really good because Chris was coming back and telling her things. A lot of it aligned with my own personal theory. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I hope that answered your question.
She did that a lot of the time. She didn't do that with me because I hated Chris and I just thought he was a jerk. So, but everyone else
if anybody remembers tarot cards for the soul, I believe she used information she was giving, information from AD, information from my theory that I had written, and concocted her story. It's just what I believe.
That was to keep that. I think that was purposeful to keep you interested and emotionally invested. And that is hilarious. I was muted washing my hands, but when you said that, it was really, really good. Like,
I did. There was a couple times, like because I really, really believed her that he was calling her. And now I look back, I feel really dumb, but.
That's why this video is important, because a lot of people believed her. A lot of people. I think sometime we should go back and watch my interview with her, as cringy as it is. This is like it's the first time we ever spoke. And I watched like a few minutes the other day, and she calls me her friend and Cadel her friend. And I was like, okay, I gotta go. Can't listen anymore for a while. Just made me cringe, because it was so fake. And so now knowing everything, like, yeah. We should do that.
It's scary. She even convinced all the mods to get puka shells. I don't know what they are, but puka shell. Well, I didn't get it. Puka shells, so they could have a connection with Chris, some sort of spiritual connection with Chris. I mean, this is how she fooled everyone in the team.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm kind of lucky that I'm the Aussie, and then I would wake up to 300 messages in the morning on Messenger. So I would miss half the rubbish she would be saying. So I was the lucky one, I reckon.
I still can't figure out how she was in our chat 24/7, frauding with Angie, pretending to be Chris, pretending to be Mark, pretending to be Jamie, going to work. Like, I just can't figure out how she had the time for all this.
I know. I don't either. It makes you wonder. I don't know. It just keeps you curious. But you guys, I better go because it's late. I still have to eat and get my kids situated and all that stuff. But I appreciate you guys coming on with me. It's so fun with you guys. Time goes by fast. We've been 2 hours and 15 minutes. But yeah, if there's anything else that we need to get
I love the questions. If you have any more questions, put them in the comments.
Yeah, and we can do it again. I watched it and noticed she lied right from the start. Yeah, it's crazy. Very, very crazy to watch. Yeah,
and one thing, Ali, they made a comment saying that I followed her from AD. I never liked AD. I only saw a little bit because I was invested in the Chris Watts, and I watched a little bit of AD and saw the camera slip, and I felt sorry for her. But I was never on AD's team. I never liked watching AD. I was more, can I just say this honestly? I was more on the other side, Mummy Ramblings. That's where I was really sort of situated in. So the outright lie saying that I came from AD and followed her from AD and have gone back to AD is an outright lie. Okay.
I'm not surprised because everything just about I've heard about myself is an outright lie. Angie pays me. First, it was like I don't know. It started out like a lower number. Now we're up to like $300 a week, and they just say all the outright lies. They all, including Kim and Crafton, say them with such confidence and such arrogance, and it's like, what the hell? Like I don't know. For me, if I lie, I'm the kind of person that I'm like, okay, if I try to lie, you can see it in my face, you can feel it in my energy. Everybody knows it's a mess. You can tell. I'm not like they're so comfortable and just like just to downright lie like that. And big lies. Those are really big lies. To say the things that they've said about all of us, like that, it's really bad stuff. So I don't know. Just it's crazy when you see that people can so easily and confidently be really bad people. Like I don't know. I don't want to surround myself with people like that. I'd rather be around people that like it's important to tell the truth and be a good person, and that's just where I'm at.
Yeah, and I think the dishonesty from the latest live that they did to see one of the mods who actually knows the truth, who knows that she had these fake phone calls with Chris, trying to push it off as a book review, kind of it it disheartens me a bit because you have faith in people thinking maybe, look, maybe they're under not a spell, to not use that because they're going to go spell, but under the illusion of, the friendship, and they're a little bit tainted. But to actually come out and lie and deny the facts that are right in front of you that you participated in and you saw with your own very eyes and heard with your own ears, these impersonations or these fake phone calls, and then Heather telling us, oh, Chris is calling us, to actually see that person lying straight out kind of sort of got to me a little bit because I wanted to think better of them. Does that make sense? I wanted to think there's a good side to someone, maybe.
It makes perfect sense. I do that. It'll be your downfall. It is for me because I try to see the good in everybody because usually there is some, and yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, well, I hope the other mods, take a step back and just see the outright lies that are happening, because I do believe they are good people. And, just to say, hey, don't lie. We know that you said these weren't for book reviews. We know you kept telling us there were phone calls. So I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that because I'll get really emotional. And I'm really tired today.
You just want them to speak up and tell the truth and stand up for what's right, because it's hard. The more people you have, the better. Like when it's just us, it's tough. You go through a lot, but if they would speak up, yeah, that's just what.
Yeah,
Ross
and
is saying.
we're not going to turn our back on them either.
No.
No,
we still hope that Heather does the right thing. And there's a little bit of hope, girl, can you just own up? Can you just admit? And
look, holy cow, tell the truth, Greens.
Yeah, exactly. Tell the truth, Greens. Exactly, Angie. It's just like that little bit of smear. Come on, is that a little bit of good of you just to say, hey, listen, I did stuff up. Yes, I did do this. Yes, I did. But the deflection and the constant lies, it's withering away that little bit of good I'm trying to think of them, that's just slightly going down and down and down.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully they'll come forward. I don't know. I appreciate you guys coming on. And appreciate my mods. You guys are awesome. The chat is awesome. All my people that are, it's like a little family over here. And which I know we've had a lot of extra people with this topic, but still, I love you guys. I appreciate you. You really do mean the world to me. and ladies, I've grown. I'm just so glad. At least we got a friendship out of it, you know.
Yeah,
All the
that's a
craziness.
positive. That's a
Mhm.
positive.
We're a close knit
And
group.
we talk. We talk all
We
day,
talk
every
all the
day, pretty much.
time, all the time, and we don't just talk about this. We talk about other stuff. We have a life, guys. So
Yeah,
you know,
I've met some great friends through this, so that's a positive.
Me too, for sure. All right, you guys. If you have anything else we want to talk about, we'll come back. If you have questions, leave them in the chat. If you have an idea for something you'd like to talk about involving this, let us know. David says, "I wish Terry would speak up." And yes, ma'am, Angie. All right, thank you guys for being here, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. And chat, I'll talk to you guys maybe tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Jen, so much. That means a lot coming from you, because just I know that you know what it just does. You have some standards. All right, ladies, I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay.
Okay,
bye,
thank
guys.
you.
Have a good
Bye,
night.
everybody.
Bye.
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 Okay. Bye.
Doo-doo.